of the Get It Together Girl podcast, hosted by yours truly, Topanga, aka Queen Midas, and I'd like to thank you all so very much for supporting me and watching my videos every week. Today we are gonna talk about turning those losses into lessons so you can make a win. Okay, that's what we're talking about today. We're taking those losses that we've had and we're turning them into lessons because honestly, like my girl Meg said, the only L you need to hold need to have that V next to it. Okay, and if you don't have that, then what you taking the L for? Let me know because the people in the back was wondering. I know I surely was wondering why you were about taking some L's if it don't got the V attached to it. Okay? But yeah, I asked the Lord what we was talking about today, and he said that that's what y'all needed to hear. That not every time things don't go your way means that you've lost something. You know, you always got to take the time to step back. I say that a lot because sometimes, baby, we got to take a step back and see the bigger picture, right? But yeah, not every time that things don't go your way means that you have a loss. Most of the time, no, take that back. Every single time that that things happen in your life that you would consider unfavorable or a loss for the sake of today's episode, you are having that because there is something that you are supposed to be learning in the situation, right? There's always a takeaway. Yeah, now, cute Denzel, I'm gonna leave here with something. So if you have that mindset, you understand that, oh, this didn't pan out the way that it was supposed to because I was supposed to get this gem from that situation. Um, and that applies to every single aspect of your life. Everyone, whether it be your relationships, whether it be businesses, whether it be financial, whether it be just like self, uh, like literally everything, there is no such thing as a loss. So again, another word to take out of your vocabulary. Last week we took broke out, and today the cuss word of the day is lose. I think that's the Essence Sign Language. If y'all know ASL below, please let me know if I did that right because this is a channel for everyone, babes. But yeah, we're taking that out of our. We are taking that out of our vocabulary. Do y'all understand me? Because we don't lose around here, cousins. In this family, we don't lose. We learn. Sometimes I can't even take myself seriously, but in all seriousness, I have had a plethora of experiences in my life where it was just kind of like I thought this was supposed to work out, but when I looked back upon how everything turned out, I realized that I became better because of it. And one of my major ones is honestly my dad passing. Like, and y'all, I know I talked about it a few episodes ago, and I will probably bring it up again in some way, shape, or form because that is indeed my canon event. If this were freaking Spider-Man movie or any kind of Marvel, that's my canon event. That is the one thing in my life that really like turned it completely upside down. Like I while of course At that time, it was one of the worst things that I have ever experienced in my life because I am a daddy's girl. I love my daddy down, and my daddy loved me down. I was very blessed to have my dad. Even if it was only for 19 years of my life, like, I am so grateful for those 19 years, just as I am grateful for the 10 that I have experienced since he's been gone. Do I wish that he could come back? Absolutely. Every day I be like, damn, like, I really miss my daddy. Like, there are things that happen in situations that I have gone through in my life that I was like, damn, if my daddy was here, I wouldn't have to go through that, you know? But it is what it is. And again, like I said, I'm just as grateful for the 19 years that I got to live with him as I am for the almost 10 years that I haven't, because I can't say that I would be the woman that is sitting before you today if he was still here. You know, I needed that time I needed the wake up call, I should say, of him no longer being here to shift the mechanisms of my brain, to really find out who I am, to really find out how I wanted to show up in the world. Again, another thing that I say a lot because that is important. Okay, if y'all don't take anything else from me, I want y'all to really, truly take a pause in your day and ask yourself, how do I want to show up in the world? Because once you have the answer to that, you can begin to act accordingly and watch the rest of your life shift right before your very eyes. Um, but again, going back to my story, I just I, I don't know. I don't think that I would have had the same coming to journey if I still had my father here as a crutch to lean on. And as much as that sucks to say, that was my lesson. My lesson in losing him was, who is Topanga? What does Topanga want? Because all of my life prior to that, while I loved it, okay, I had a wonderful childhood for the most part. Um, but prior to that, all that I ever was my mom and dad. You know, I didn't know how to make a decision for Topanga because every decision that I made was with them in mind, was out of the options that they gave me to choose. Like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I realized that I couldn't continue to live my life like that once I lost that part of me. Um, so yeah, it became a major canon event, okay? And now I'm Spider-Man. Pew, pew, pew. But now I'm Queen Midas, okay? I am the queen, the baddie, that girl. And I'm very happy with who I am. I'm very confident with who I am in all that I am. Because unfortunately, I had to lose a part of me to gain a new part of me. But that was the lesson. And that goes for anybody that has lost a loved one. You gotta also see the good. You gotta realize that that's a canon event. That is the perfect opportunity for you to change who you are for the better. Heavy on the better. And make that person proud. You know, like, I know my daddy proud of me. I know he up there like, that's my baby. That's my baby. He telling all the other angels, like, look at that. Look at that girl right there. That's my daughter. And you see how she eating the girls up. Like, I know that he is. And that gives me comfort. Um, but yeah, moving on. Let's see. In another instance, let's take jobs, okay? Like, say you lost your job. You got to realize that there is clearly something else that the Lord wants you to do if He's removing you from a place. However, it may be, everything is orchestrated by God, good and bad. Okay? And I do believe that, unfortunately, there are people in the world who have this misconception that God cannot be real because bad things happen to not just people in general, but good people, as they would say. Um, and I, I just feel like, but that wasn't the point. Like, God created good and bad. He created duality. Us as human beings are supposed to strive for a life with duality, not a life of perfection, because again, perfection is not humanly possible. Because God did not create our humanly fleshes to be perfect. He created it to live in duality, meaning that yes, there are parts of you that might not be so favorable, babes. Um, but your journey here on life is to work to make it more favorable, just as there are parts of you that are the best. Okay? And I too have those parts. Like, like, yes, I'm that girl, but sometimes my vibes be a little here. I'm not gonna say all the way down here because I try my best not to be down here. But like, we'll say right here because that's still low vibes, but not like super low vibes. But yeah, what was I even saying? I'm sorry, y'all. I be forgetting what I'm talking about. Yes. Duality. Yeah. The Most High did not create us as humans to be of perfection, of just one way. We are meant both to have both sides. He just like he created day and night, he created light and dark, he created man and woman, he created like, you getting the pattern here? The opposites, the yin, the yang, like, so it's okay to experience bad things because God never brings the bad or the losses into your life to punish you, you know? If there are things that happened that broke you, that you felt like broke you as a human, I really encourage you to look back and see what good God was trying to show you through that. Because God is never trying to break you. He is only trying to heal you, to show you who you truly are, and to give you the tools to get there. And I'm here to deliver them tools in the 3D to y'all because we want y'all to get there. Okay? I'm trying to get there. I want y'all to get there, cousins. As a collective, we should really strive to be the best versions of ourselves. You know? Granted, my relationship with religion has changed, but my relationship with God 100% has not. To me, when we used to walk around talk about WWJD, I see that as like yes, what would Jesus do? But like, how do I word this? How would the highest version of yourself do that? Right? Like, if you were you in your purest form, which is what Jesus is. Jesus is us in our purest form. What would you do? How would you react? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get to our purest form. Now, will we achieve that in our 3D lifetime? The world may never know. But we should try real hard, okay? Try real hard. But yeah, duality. Like, going back to the wins and the losses, like, you're never losing. You are never ever, never ever, never ever, ever ever losing. Okay? Again, you turn that loss into a lesson, and what you get? A W. Because at the end, if you get the lesson out of your loss, you're gonna win. You're gonna win because that was meant to give you the tools. The lesson is the tool that you need to defeat that giant the next time that it presents itself to you. It's never meant to break you. Never. Like my girl Fantasia said, if it makes you cry, 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 and all you do is fight, can't get no sleep at night, sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Okay? Do I need to say that again? Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Yeah. So don't be scared. If something is taken from you, it's because it was not meant for you. Okay? Don't y'all get me to preaching on this screen today, but like, I can't tell you how important it is for us as a community to realize that God loves you so much that He understands that in order for you to move on to the next level that He has for you, He gotta just snatch from you the things that no longer serve you. Cause we hard headed. At least I know I'm hard headed. So I know my ancestors be wanting to pow, 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 smack me sometime because your girl don't be trying to listen. But at the end of the day, sometimes they gotta show me the hard way, and that means yank, you thought, girl. And where I could sit here and cry and say, oh my God, I really wanted this man, I really wanted this relationship to work out, I had to stop and realize, okay, it didn't work out. But what did I get from that? Did I learn my worth? Yes. Did I learn that I am worthy of way more than what I was settling for dealing in that other situation? Yes. Did I realize that maybe I wasn't as boss of an itch as I thought I was? Yes. Like, sometimes we have to be humbled. Sometimes you gotta sit down, be humble, and listen. Listen. Sorry, guys. There's so many songs just coming into my head. So I'm putting them out. As God's trying to tell you something. Okay? Listen. Oh, ooh, okay. But for real, like, how beautiful is that to know? That even when your humanly flesh feels like it's lost something major, it's really just your spirit trying to tell you, it's really just the Most High, God, trying to tell you that I left you a tool in there that you might need for later. Go pick it up. Go pick it up. Go pick it up. And that's what I encourage y'all to do. Okay? That's your homework for today, cousins. Look back, look back, look back at all of them times that you fought, you took that L. And I want you to reevaluate and reassess the situation. Ask yourself what you gained from it. Whether it was a new outlook, whether it was a motivation, whether it was, again, tools, whether it was finances, whatever it is, you gain something from everything. That's why you got to be careful of who you exchanging energies with. Sidebar. But, like, sit back and ask yourself what you gained from it. And it might even be more effective now that you've had time to like sit back and really watch life take its course. Cause then you could really see how it was back to being Spider-Man, the canon event. How you needed that to happen for what's going on right now in your life. And if you are in the storm right now, if you're in the loss right now, I want you to take a breath. Thank God for the life that you're living, for the breath that's in your body. And ask Him what He's trying to show you. And you can learn to be much more grateful and much more gracious with how you handle those sad losses, because it's really just a setup for greatness. Okay? He's trying to set you up to be great. The Most High is trying to set you up to be great. That's all He's ever trying to do. And that's why duality exists. Because if it did not exist, baby, we all will be going to whatever plane that the devil takes up. Okay? We will all be stuck in the low vibrational plane. Because it's honestly humanly impossible to to be perfect. To not have parts of yourself that, again, are not so favorable in the eyes of God, but it is okay. It doesn't mean, and okay meaning like He's not going to love you any less because of it. But does He, as well as myself, and she, because as I feel like I've stated before, you might hear me interchange because I believe sometimes the Lord shows up to me in a feminine energy and sometimes He shows up to me in a masculine energy. So, don't be surprised. But He just wants me to tell you that He loves you. That He loves you enough to allow you the grace to be whatever you need to be when you need to be. It's just that simple. And it's okay to feel broken. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel like you lost something. But it's not okay to stay there. It is not okay to not to actively choose not to elevate yourself. And one of the biggest ways to elevate yourself is to always reflect back and ask yourself what you got out of that loss that you took. Cause what? We don't take no L's. We don't take no L's. Hey, we don't take no L's. Sing it with me, because we don't take no L's. What? We don't take no L's. No, we don't. We don't take no L's. No, we don't. We don't take no L's. Cause it you better be singing. We don't take no L's. We only take lessons. And we put them together and we get what? Wins. Because we winning all 2025 and beyond. We winning all 2025 and beyond. Said we winning all 2025 and beyond. We winning. We winning. Period. So y'all put y'all seeing glasses on. Y'all pull out your notebooks. Take some notes. Do whatever you need to do. But ask yourself, what lessons you was meant to get out of every loss that you've experienced. Go take them tools, because they're still sitting there waiting for you. And use them the next time that giant comes. And watch how you win. And that's on what? Mary had a little lamb. Okay. But yes, I love you guys so, so, so very much. I love you so very much. I love you, love you, love you so very much. And I thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the what? The Get It Together Girl podcast, hosted by yours truly, Topanga, aka Queen Midas. And on that note, we're out. Bye, cousins. Not the balloons again.